I know there's a debate about pumpkin versus sweet potato. From what I've heard, pumpkin tends to be a white people pie, and sweet potato is a black people pie. So hello, friends. Welcome to unBasic Black. Today we are talking about Thanksgiving holidays.
Hey everybody, May from unBasic Black. Today I'm going to talk about Thanksgiving. It is one of my favorite holidays of the year, and actually, I'm not really a big holiday person, so Thanksgiving is probably the one that I really do something for. And I don't know, I kind of have an idea where it started, but that's best told over martinis. Um, So Thanksgiving, I have some really good memories about Thanksgiving growing up, particularly with my grandma, and how it seems with her Thanksgiving and Christmas, but Thanksgiving particular in this instance because you could smell everything the day before, the night of, and then because she finished everything by it had to be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She was done cooking all the food, and just put it like set it on warm in the oven, and we went about our day or whatever, and then around about noon on Thanksgiving Day, I think it was about noon. I was really little. We'd sit down and have this big old giant meal. She'd cook a turkey, a ham. There would be black eyed peas was for New Year's, but there would be macaroni and cheese and greens and stuffing and cranberry sauce from a can, which I never liked. Um, it just it and pies. There was she didn't do pumpkin, but there were like 2 or 3 pecan pies, 2 or 3 sweet potato pies, a cake. I think one year she even did an angel food cake, which I'm not a fan of either. But the point is, it's just this spread. And if I remember correctly, it was just one, two, three, four, one, two, three, 4 people. And it would be a giant, a table full, she had enough food for like 20 people. I can't remember if people came over and nibbled or whatever. Like people make their rounds going to people's houses and Happy Thanksgiving, that kind of thing. But man, she went all out.
I love the story that May told about visiting Granny's house and having Thanksgiving there. For us, Thanksgiving was an all day affair. We started cooking the night before, and it drove into the Thanksgiving day into the early afternoon, and then we would eat, and then we would laugh and talk and watch TV and eat again. And we would be so full, but we would continue to eat. For me, that's Thanksgiving. Gluttony, the day of the year where you get to eat as much as you want and not feel entirely guilty about it. But that was one of my favorite times of the year, was going over to her house for Thanksgiving. Um, and it just hasn't been the same since, being able to do that. So, but now we've kind of, in my family, we've kind of formed our own tradition. So we usually find a really good Thanksgiving buffet, spare no expense. So we usually find a really good Thanksgiving buffet, and that's what we do. Some years I cook, and some years I also make my rounds and go to friends' houses and different things like that. But our main family tradition is that we go to a Thanksgiving buffet. Now, that could be hit or miss, depending on where you live and what type of culinary skills the preparers might have. But so far, we've all, in our family, we've been able to experience some pretty good buffets. Now, it's not that I can't cook, it's that I kind of don't feel like it. Getting to have a 4-day weekend in most cases. For myself, I usually take the whole week off. So that's kind of like my time of reflection and my time to rejuvenate.
Even though I don't need to cook that much food, I do anyway. And I'm like, who gonna eat all this? This is so much food. But I can't help it. So my menu this year, I got a smoked turkey. So my menu is smoked turkey. I'm gonna get some greens, and then I had a thought that was gonna be sufficient. I think I was gonna get some stuffing, and I think, say what you want, stovetop stuffing is good. So they're not sponsoring anything. I'm just saying stovetop is good. So I think I'm gonna do the stovetop stuffing, which I need to put that down on the list so I can make sure I get it. And I thought about making like a little sweet potato pie about that big, just a little tiny something. Cause man, I could eat on this kind of holiday. I could eat, but I don't want to. I don't want to have so much stuff left over to where I'm like, oh, there's more pie. I'm going to eat it all. Like pie. Because one year I made pies, big pies, and they didn't all get eaten like I had hoped. So it was left to me. And it's like throw it away or eat it all. Eat most of it. So I like Thanksgiving because Christmas is a family holiday, but Thanksgiving just feels more family to me. There's nothing there except getting together with people you love.
Talking a little bit about the history of Thanksgiving, as we know now, regardless of what you may have grown up learning in school about Thanksgiving and Squanto and all of that, we know now that none of that was accurate. And we know that our Native American brothers and sisters view Thanksgiving a totally different way. With that being said, I think that is part of the reason that some of the shine has been taken off of Thanksgiving. But I also believe that understanding what you're thankful for, because I know that's a tradition for a lot of families to go around the table and kind of talk about what they're grateful for. In my family, that's what we do as well. We go out to a buffet, but we also take time to listen to each other and talk about what we're truly thankful for, because regardless of the history of Thanksgiving, this is a good time for us to reflect. And for me, I have so much to be thankful for, even though sometimes I complain and sometimes I whine because life maybe didn't necessarily stack out the way I wanted it to. But when I'm able to really reflect on my life and say, hey, girl, what's wrong? I can really look at my life and say, you know what? Nothing is really wrong. So I have a lot to be thankful for. And I think it's important that during the Thanksgiving holidays, we kind of reflect and remember that.
At any rate, but that's what I like about Thanksgiving is that it just feels strictly, let's just get together with family and friends and have a good time. Let's eat a stupid amount of food. Let's fall asleep in front of each other and make fun of each other for falling asleep. Let's watch some football. Let's listen to kids run around and act a fool. And then we got to stop them from doing that because they might break something. It's just that's the thing that I love about Thanksgiving is that it just feels like family. Now I know the origins is not so family-like, but what it has become for me is that family thing. So, and like I was saying about the retail industry is that it's like Thanksgiving is an honorable mention kind of thing because the end of September, they start putting up Christmas stuff. And I'm like, but Thanksgiving has a nice, pretty fall colors, the oranges and the browns, and the little bit of green left in it, and cornucopias and food, and the spread, the menus, and the planning and all that kind of stuff. But nope, nope, nope. Skip right over Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is an honorable mention, and then just go right into Christmas. And I know at Thanksgiving people talk about how they're grateful for stuff, but what Thanksgiving is like specifically, let's talk about let's talk about our gratitude for the things that we have, and how far we've come in life, and the people who are a part of our lives right now. Kind of like a real take stock of what you have kind of thing. And even if you don't have much, what do you have? And and we can do that specifically with Thanksgiving, because the title of the holiday is Thanksgiving. So we give thanks for our family that sometimes drives us nuts and makes us want to not have family. We give thanks for our friends who drive us nuts sometimes. I'm like, why are we friends? And I'm not saying that about my friends. I'm just saying some people have that kind of relationship. We give thanks for our jobs that we may or may not hate, but it's given us the opportunity to eat a nice meal. We give thanks for the cars that we drive that get us from point A to point B, even if it's a hoopty, even if it's one where every other week needs a jump, but it gets us to where we gotta go. It Thanksgiving makes us look optimistically at our lives, because I mean, especially now that we're still in this stupid pandemic, like.
I have a lot to be thankful for, and I think it's important that during the Thanksgiving holidays, we kind of reflect and remember that. Things could really be a lot worse considering the pandemic that we've had over the last 2 years. There are some people who have lost loved ones. There are people who are still, trying to get the vaccine in different places. I think that, you really have to just take a moment and to really focus on gratitude, focus on positivity and the things that you're happy and thankful and grateful for. I myself am a huge, huge, huge Christmas person. So I am one of those people that May was talking about. I don't skip over Thanksgiving, but it's kind of like my prep. So thank you. I'm so grateful and blessed to be able to celebrate Christmas. Just kidding. But in all seriousness, for me, Thanksgiving means being able to really sit back and reflect and just be thankful and grateful for the things that are in your life right now. Granted, some of us may have had a hard time. Some of us may have been struggling through some of the worst things that you could possibly imagine, but we're still here for a reason. We're still thriving. We're still surviving, and we're still making life happen. That's something to be thankful for. And, I am really, really thankful for my girls. They have been a tremendous blessing to me. And I believe in God. And I believe that He has really, really protected me and guided me and helped me along my journey in life. I would not be where I am if it wasn't for God. Regardless of what you believe, I'm telling you what I believe. People with opinions about everything, I'm telling you what I believe. And I believe God has really protected me and guided me and helped me get to where I am today. Now, there have been times where I've felt like my life should have been someplace else and that things should have gone a different way. But that doesn't negate the fact that I am alive and thriving. My girls are alive and thriving. And what more could I possibly ask for? I have a list, but I am grateful for what I have right now today. I am truly thankful.
Where's the positive? And Thanksgiving helps us to find the positive in our situations. And I have moments where I'm like, I don't want to be made to feel grateful for my life as it is. Leave me alone. But then you look at it, it's like, well, dadgum, it could be worse. It could be worse. And thanks to the news, you see places where it is worse. And you hear about people who do go through worse things. And so it's like my itty bitty stuff. Thank you, Lord. I'm glad to be here right now, instead of somewhere else right then, kind of thing. So, all that to say, Thanksgiving is awesome. Don't neglect it. Plan a good meal. Even if you're by yourself, you can still plan a nice meal. Um, and you can make it a single serving and all that kind of thing. That's not a bad thing. And if you have family around, you do the go all out thing. Wherever you are, whatever you got. Anyway, Thanksgiving is awesome. I recommend Thanksgiving for everybody. Okay, I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Made from unBasic Black. Please like, subscribe, receive notifications. And I will be talking with you soon.
So, for you all out there, what are you thankful for over these Thanksgiving holidays? What are some family traditions that you have? What are some dishes you like to eat? May mentioned, macaroni and cheese, greens, ham, turkey, you name it. One year I cooked duck, and like I said, now that I go to like Thanksgiving buffets, I have a smorgasbord of stuff that I can eat. But I also still like to make desserts. So I'll make cookies, I'll make pies and things like that just for us to enjoy at home. But the main courses and dishes and like the Thanksgiving dinner is done at the buffet. But I like to make cheesecakes. I like to make, sweet potato pies. I know there's a debate about pumpkin versus sweet potato. From what I've heard, pumpkin tends to be a white people pie and sweet potato is a black people pie. So I like both, but what do you think? Anyway, thank you so much for joining us over these Thanksgiving holidays. Please like, subscribe, tell us what you think. We would love to hear your opinions. And check out our Instagram and check out our Facebook and all of our other social media platforms, Twitter, etc. And our website, www.unbasicblack.com. We've got recipes on there for the upcoming holidays. We've got a Black-owned holiday gift guide. So check us out on all of our different media platforms as well. And the last thing I want to leave you with is how thankful we are that you sat through our video and watched it. Please watch some of our other videos and tell us what you think. Join the conversation. That's what we do here at unBasic Black. So with that, I want to say happy Thanksgiving and thanks for watching.